Guys, I think I just bought the coolest boat and it's in this sea container. So let's open it up and have a look. What have we got here? Nick, why the hell did you buy a porty boat? This here is for my caravan. Another purchase that I made that I haven't put on the channel yet. I'll give you guys a full rundown on that. But I am struggling with weight with my Land Cruiser. So we've done the GVM upgrade. I'm going to do a video on everything I did to the Land Cruiser to get it up to speed to towing the caravan. I was trying to work out ways around to bring a boat with us. I come across what's called a Porta-BOTE. So it's a US made boat that literally folds up into the size of a paddleboard and fits on your roof rack under 60 kilos. Can you believe it? It's such a cool idea. It's a cool design. I've done a lot of research and apparently these things are pretty strong. So I'm excited to see how it goes. But what we're going to do is we're going to take it out. I'm going to show you exactly how it folds up. I've got a bag coming so it can sit on the rack and it's not just going to get smashed with dirt and dust. We're going to be making an outboard stand that's going to be sitting on the back of the caravan. The transom is a foldable transom once the sides come in, and it's all held in by these little pins. So there's a pin that goes through the rear seat which we pull out. We then fold that section, bring the little transom piece across, and that there is now ready to fold. Then it's just a matter of pulling out the pins on each side of the seat. So I've sort of worked out a little hack just to push them in there, just so they're out of the way. Here. And that one there. We then get our piece of wood that come with the Porta-BOTE to go across each side of the gunnel. Just like that. That keeps the support there. And then basically it's just pulling these seats out just like so, and they all fold down almost like a modular flat pack. That's the last seat. And then this is where the magic happens. Once all the seats are out, we basically just fold it up. So we fold one side, we fold the starboard side first, port side, then folds on top. Just like that. So you can literally lift it. I wonder if you can do that with a tinny. Now I'm not saying that these are as stable as an aluminium tinny, but they definitely pack so small that you can literally throw it on your roof rack, put the outboard wherever you like, and you've literally got yourself a boat when you're traveling. As for the trailer, we're going to change the bearings in it because one of them's pissing out with grease, and fold it all down and see how we're going to pack that in the caravan. But I'll show you exactly how we're going to be mounting this outboard. So this is our new caravan. It's an AUSTRACK GIBB 16B. So it's a 16-foot caravan with the bunks. So it's perfect for my small growing family. And for a 16 single axle trailer, I think it's got everything. It's perfect for us. AUSTRACK itself, I've done a lot of research, and I think for a Chinese built caravan, they're built well. I'll actually give you guys a bit of a tour. So we went down to Margaret River, and I did a bit of a tour on that. So I actually might show you guys that now, and then I'll show you where I'm going to be mounting this outboard. Just setting up the caravan now, squaring it up, and then I'll take you guys for a tour. Here's the outside setup. So we have plenty of storage at the front here. Pretty much put all my camp chairs, Weber, extra bits and bobs. And then we've got another slide out here if you want to run an external fridge. And then we've got a full external kitchen. So this is our little bar area. where we basically put all our bits and bobs that we use all the time. Full external kitchen, stainless steel with a sink, cutlery, and then we've got a slide in and out pantry because there is an internal kitchen inside. Plenty of storage for our pots and pans as well. Double tyre carrier. This is where our cassette is. We're going to be emptying that today. More storage in the rear. External shower. And then that there goes all the way through to the front. Internal storage for my golf clubs. Make our way inside. Just as we get up, we've got the full control panel here that controls the whole van. Welcomed by our queen size bed. We've got the Sirocco fan there and heaps of storage. We've got so many cupboards, side cupboards, overhead cupboards. Now we've got the double bunk option, so you can get the couples option, which gives you a bit more sort of living area, but we've gone with the bunks obviously because we got our little one and hopefully one more, so it can be served for years to come. Now this is where the little one sleeps, and we sort of use the top bunk for a bit of storage. And this is our little dining table, so that sort of swings out just like that and gives yourself 2 people to sit down, but if the net isn't up you can have 2 sit on the bunk side as well. We've got full storage underneath the seats as well as underneath the bed as well, and right underneath the bed at the front there, that actually folds in half, and this is where we basically keep all our games and a few other bits and pieces. And then underneath this one here is where all the magic is. Smart TV there, our Dometic full air conditioning system that runs off the mains. And then towards the back of the van we've got ourselves a full kitchen setup and the bathroom. So you've got a full up and down fridge, freezer up the top. You can fit so much there. We've also got a sink and a cooktop inside the van as well, and then you've got your slide in and out pantry that I was telling you about before that goes inside and outside access there. Plenty of storage. There is so much storage here, it's awesome. We basically use this as a little baby area for now because we do 99% of our cooking outside. Alright, and then the last thing to show you basically is our toilet bathroom area. So it is a shared toilet shower. We don't mind at all, to be honest. You got the curtain that basically covers up your sink and your toilet, and you have a shower, and then you use the little squidgy there to squidgy the walls later, and you're as good as gold. Yeah, works great. Basically a luxury. Some vans don't even have a toilet and shower, so for us to have one, it's pretty lucky. So on the back of the caravan, we've got a bunch of these recovery points, as well as a little towage point there if you want to run, just say like a bike rack or something like that. I think it's only made for like up to 50 kilos, but this is the one I'm interested in. These recovery points are welded into the chassis, so they're a lot stronger than this little bike rack towage here. So I'm thinking about mounting the outboard and sitting it up alongside here. Now I was lucky enough to find some scrap metal. I had a bunch of 50mm square tubing. This one's a little bit more thick walled than that, but that there will be my extension out of the towage. And then basically I'm going to run this in between the lights just like that, so we're all legal and we can still see everything, and then basically run that up to the top. We're going to put a T-bar. The outboard's going to sit nicely on the right hand side of that tyre there. So that's how we're going to be mounting up the outboard. We can remove it if we do get stuck on the beach. We can pull that outboard stand out and still get recovered. So I think that's a pretty good spot there. I was thinking about putting it up at the front, but we just have no room. The one thing about the AUSTRAC drawbars, they're not as long as some caravans. They're quite short. I've made it even shorter because I've put this stone guard on. But yeah, I was going to put it up there, but there's no room. I've just removed the recovery point. All right, this is my idea. Obviously we're going to trim it up, clean up the welds, give it a paint, and then put ourselves a T-bar across there, and I reckon that's going to work very well. Trial fit. onto the caravan. Perfect. There you go, there's my idea. I've had to do it high enough that we can still see the trailer lights. I've ran that bar in between the two, comes out of that factory recovery point bracket, comes up to the top into a T-piece, which supports the outboard itself. It's got a tiny bit of flex, so what I'm going to do, an L bracket that I can bolt into that, and that will strengthen it up very well. But 5 horsepower, it's only 24 kilos, it's not that heavy, and it sits perfect. I'm very, very happy with that. Look at that. That looks pretty good to me. So we're not protruding with those tail lights. We did end up tapping into the rear bar just for a bit more strength. And of course it ties into the recovery point hitch there. And it's high enough so it's out of the way. But yeah, that's perfect for me. I can lift that up and down, no worries. It's not too heavy. Very good. I might go get some of those pull caps, you know, those like plastic caps to go there and there, just to neaten it up a bit if we can find one at the right size. But this is all hooked up in all the glory. I've just pulled it out of the shed just so we can do a few bits and pieces, let the caravan charge up. Now, I did a full basically series on this 200 series, the full build from the bull bar to the suspension, the wheels, dual battery system, snorkel, ARB base rack, and I ran it like that for a few years. Absolutely love this car, but I did have to do a few modifications to suit our new caravan. Number one, it has a GVM upgrade now of 3.8 tonne, as well as putting in some airbags in the rear to help with the leveling of the rides. We'll be traveling quite a bit, so we ended up putting the ARB long range fuel tank. So it's the ARB Frontier fuel tank, and I think we've got all up 275 litres. Crazy. I can basically go from Perth to Exmouth almost in one tank of fuel, so less stops, which is just fantastic. Now obviously when you're running the long range fuel tank, you need to work out where to put your spare tyre, which is why we've gone and done a rear bar. So this is the Cruiser Company's rear bar, and I think these look the best. They're modular, so you can change them. You can run 2 tyres, you can run 4 Jerrys, fully modular, so you don't have to keep buying the arms like a lot of other brands out there. And I think they look the best. They integrate very, very well with the car. They've got side protection. Yeah, very, very neat, and I'm loving it. So yeah, that's it right there. The Porta-Bote's going to be sitting on top of the roof rack. The seats and most of the trailer fitted up in the compartment. That's all tied up, so I'm going to basically put a mount up on the front of the toolbox here, sort of like a fork to sit in, and it's easy just to remove if we need to have access to inside the front compartment. But that's pretty much it. I'm wrapped with that. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. That's pretty much the new boat and the new caravan, so 2 for 1 in the video. We're heading down south in a couple of weeks, so I can't wait to try the new setup. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.